She wants to dance today. That's about all the dancing I got in me, Mom.
We are color coordinated once again.
And again, not planned.
Right.
Here, Shorty, let me help you
There
out.
you
How's
go.
that?
Much better. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Good afternoon, stormy North Carolina. We've got rain
Yeah.
here in Ohio today and
Yep.
yesterday and like the next 2 days too.
Yeah, that's okay. We had a beautiful weekend last weekend, and hopefully by this coming weekend, it'll straighten itself out and we'll have a nice one again.
Thanks, Mary. I don't feel as hot today, but as it goes on, I might have to take this off. But yeah, we're hanging in there.
Mhm.
So we are so excited. I can say, we're blown away by the response. You guys are so
Yes.
excited.
Yep.
We're gonna have our hands full with back orders.
Yep,
And
we've
we're very
already-
thankful.
yeah. And we actually we did have some of the fabric here, so we have cut what we can.
Yeah.
So it should be a very quick turnaround time if you have a back ordered fabric kit.
Kay said, I better watch what I call my mama. And then I was like, what did I say?
Yeah.
Shoot.
I got a list.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, we're on day 3. We're super excited. Today is all about fabric. This is one of the really fun lives that I think everybody always looks forward to when we do this.
Yeah, picking fabric out for this is actually fun. I know it seems scary, but we'll try and take some of the fright out of you guys today.
Yes, I think based on what I'm looking at in front of me, it's going to work out. So, so just know that. So, let's do a little bit of catch up. Is anyone on maybe that wasn't on the first 2 days? Is this maybe
helpful, hopefully?
Yeah. Let me fix this thing real quick. Okay. So I want to do a super quick, I promise it'll be quick recap of, I want to start day 1. We said, what is a mystery quilt, right? Do you want to quickly describe what we're talking about when we say mystery quilt?
A mystery quilt is basically you do not see the quilt before you choose to participate. And we have workshops for 5 weeks in a row. The first 4 weeks, you will have more files put in your account that you download that has more and more blocks to it. So as you go, similar to all the numbers behind me, this is actually the mystery quilt, a bunch of numbers on it. We will slowly reveal these. And so the first week you will have all the borders and anything with a 1 behind it, you will have the files to make those blocks. And so that's pretty much it. So when we get to the final and the 4th week, you'll have all the embroidery files to do it. The 5th week, when we do our workshop, we will be actually joining it and stitching it together and teaching all that good stuff.
So a little bit each week, little bit more, like almost like clues each week as to what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. And we're always surprised at how many people are excited when they buy something that they have no idea what it looks like. But it's an honor because I know that means that you guys trust the process and Hoop Sisters method. And so here we go, 17th mystery quilt. So
kind of crazy. First one we did was kind of on a whim, and we were like shocked then too. I'm like, people buy this and they didn't even see it.
Yeah.
But it really is a lot of fun, and I think every one of you that does it will really enjoy the process.
Yep, absolutely. And if you happen to be hopping on here for the first time ever, and you're like, "What is Hoop Sisters? What is going on?" We did leave registration open for this event longer than we normally do. So if you are just getting into the whole quilt and the hoop thing, or maybe just got an embroidery machine and just found us, this is a really great place to start because it doesn't cost anything to register for this week's event, and you get that adorable bird block.
Right.
So you can play with that. And we have Nina's in the comments, and we're streaming on YouTube and Facebook. And she'll drop links and answer things along the way. We'll have her drop the registration link. So if you're going, what is this? I'm kind of curious, but not sure I want to commit yet. Start here. Okay. So start with the registration. All right. And we have at this point, Mom, we were live Monday, we were live yesterday, and here we are midweek.
Yeah.
And we are live today talking all about fabric. We just wanted to let you know, though, too, we will be back tomorrow and Friday. And tomorrow we're answering frequently asked questions we've received this week. So if there's a lingering question you have, I would come back tomorrow, ask us tomorrow. You can also email your question to Nina. We can talk about your question that you emailed in on the live. We can answer it there. We've also posted in our VIP Facebook group a post, and you can comment on that post with a question. So trying to field questions from all different angles and bring it all to you live.
So
tomorrow.
many ways you can get your question answered, which I think is going to be great. And someone else may have a question that you didn't think of, and that you're like, oh yeah, what's the answer to that? So watch tomorrow, and then Nina will have all those questions answered for you.
Okay. So before we get far into this presentation, I think this is the last slide that we're going to go over before we dive into what you have to share with us. Yeah. So I just want to reiterate some of this stuff because I know different people come in at different points along the way. But we want you to know that this year's mystery quilt does include 5-inch and 8-inch blocks. So sometimes we come out with designs that require 7-inch, and I know not everyone's hoop works. This will work with a 5-inch.
It will. So I think probably 99.9% of you will be able to do at least the 5-inch, if not the 8-inch. And the approximate finished size is a question we get a lot, especially on a mystery quilt because you can't actually see it. Is those 5-inch blocks? If you make those, it'll be 34 inches square. And the 8-inch block, which is the one behind us, will end up being 53.5 inches square. As a matter of fact, we had to the shelves were too close on either side. So we had to push the quilt behind it to get it to fit up there behind us. There are 36 blocks in this quilt, and there's also a round of border blocks.
So the border blocks are in addition to the 36 blocks.
Right. And you will get those border blocks the very first week. That way you can work on those as you go.
Okay. And I think we'll stop here. We'll come back to this slide. So stick around. But I think at this point, I think we should dive into what you're all here to know more about. I know what you have pulled up over there. We should mention we have back orders on the website for what Annie's about to show you now. So first we're going to cover that.
Okay. So this is what the kit is. If you got the kit, and like Aubrey said, that you can still order the kit. It will be a back order, and we'll try and get those out probably later in the week next week. So it should get you in plenty of time. And basically your kit, or while you're shopping for fabric, you will probably need two shades of green. And I will preface this also by saying it does not have to be green. For instance, if you're going along a different color scheme, and I'll talk about that maybe later with one of our other colorways that we have here just to entice you. So you have 2 shades of green. You will also have 2 shades of white. And that just gives your quilt a lot of movement in it. Then the other thing you will have is you will have 1/4 yard cuts. And yes, someone's going to ask us, a fat quarter will also work. And you will have 7 different 1/4 yard cuts. So these are the colors that we chose to put into our quilt, and the colors that are also in our quilt behind us. So basically that's it. So I've got 2 different colors of green, 2 different background fabrics, and your kit will also include another, I think a 1/2 yard cut of this green, and that will be your binding fabric. However, we do not include the backing fabric, so that'll be something you'll have to go and purchase separately, or go through your stash and see if you can find. So this is our kit, which is still available through midnight tonight.
And we'll drop the order link. The one other thing I want to make sure that we say about the kit is just fabric, just fabric for the 8-inch block size. and it doesn't have the design, and it does not have backing. Okay.
Those are good things to mention.
I saw a couple
Aubrey.
of questions, so I just
Yep.
want to make sure it is a hefty,
Yes.
hefty defty
It is very
fabric
hefty.
kit.
There's a lot of fabric
There's
in
a
there.
lot of fabric. Yep.
So anyhow, that is what is in the fabric kit, is just fabric, just the fabric. So here you go. So what we're going to do today is maybe talk about if you want to go through your stash, or you want to go buy your own fabric, or, you know, maybe you're watching this Thursday afternoon and the replay and you realize, oh, I missed the deadline.
Or you're international and you just want to shop where you're locally at. That too.
Right. So anyway, I'm going to show a couple different colorways. The first one I'm going to show is I'm going to go, what if we took out these whites and instead we put some darker colors, and basically this would be a dark background against those pretty white bright fabrics. I think that would pop. That would pop. And you don't have to get the exact fabric that we have in the kit, just some brights if you want. But I know not everyone is into brights. But the quilt itself, mainly, it's not in your face, over the top brights, if that makes any sense. So let me pull these aside and we'll try maybe another direction. Let's see. We do know that everyone probably knows who Sarah is. So Sarah's going to have a baby, and I guess this might be a gender reveal right in front of you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so here is Sarah. This would be perfect for Sarah's little baby girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different shades of pink. And anything that you think is going to look together, just get 7. They can be all of one color, or like what we just showed you, that comes with the kit, a whole bunch of different colors. So then what you need to do is you need to figure out what shades of green, if you're going to go with green. And like I said, it doesn't have to be green.
I think green would look nice.
I think green would look nice. Then you're going to have to draw in maybe some white.
Oh, Kathy said, OMG, pink's my favorite color. I wish that was canon.
So I have, besides this one, I have 2 other colorways to show you. But I just wanted to put this here. And I also pulled out 4 different shades of white.
Look at this
white.
comment.
What's that? You should make that, Nana. I should.
Yeah.
And anyway, now that you have your pinks chosen, now let's just pick background fabrics. And I know sometimes on the screen or with the lighting we have in here, it might not be exactly what, it might look a little bit off. If it were me, I would choose these 2 on top, the brighter white, and this one here that has a little bit of pink in it. So I'm going to pull this one aside, and I would also go with the brighter greens on this one. Or I might go with, I think I'd go with the brighter greens. These here, I would go towards the fall colorway, which I'm about to show you in just a moment. But you can see how you basically pick your 7 colors and then find your background, and then also find your 2 greens. And I've got some other tips for you picking this stuff out. So let's move on to the fall one. Sarah, here's a kit for you to make that baby quilt.
Yeah, because she's got nothing else going on.
Just kidding. So here are some pretty fall colors. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors. And this is where, with this colorway, you might not want to go with the bright white. So maybe we would instead choose like an off-white, 2 separate off-white colors. You could maybe even pick one that's a tone-on-tone, or cream, and then a cream with a tone-on-tone. I would take these brighter greens out of here. I think these 2 look fabulous. More muted greens and the dark greens to go with like the fall colorway. Okay, so we have that. Let me put all these goodies back where they were and on to the next one. The next one, I'm going to give you a tip that will probably help you be able to pick out different of the 7 different colors.
And can I pop a question up while you're doing this?
Yeah.
Because I think it applies. Michelle asked if there's a thread color list.
There is not. There really is not. I would just take your fabric and take it up to the thread that you currently have and see if you've got a matching thread. Or take a little swatches to your store, to your local quilt shop. Maybe even like take it and tape them on here. If you're pulling from your own swatches or buying from a quilt shop, then there's a blank one of these that you can put all your fabric swatches on there. And then you can just go to the thread rack and start picking out all your thread. Okay, so now this is a different colorway. I am immediately going to get rid of these greens because I think they're too dark and too muted to go with those pretty bright colors. And as you can see, I look at this and I'm thinking, I don't know if I'd ever put those colors together. But here's something that makes it easy is I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because I just threw an extra one in there. But this is kind of like the fabric that I used like as a focus fabric. So let me just separate these so we can take a look. Oops. So you can see that every one of these colors here are actually in this fabric. So if you use this fabric for parts of your quilt and then you draw in all those other colors, it'll look absolutely amazing. And I want to just also show you this was in the selvage of this fabric. So if you find a fabric you like, look at your selvage, and then that will help you pick out maybe some of the other colors. And some of the other colors could be solids, could be a print or a little check or polka dots or something. I would tell you, though, that it would be best if you stayed to a small scale, maybe not much bigger than what this scale is. Don't go with a really huge print, but the selvage that's on maybe a fabric that you absolutely love and you think will look good in your house or to whoever you're gifting it to, get the selvage off there and then start with this going around the quilt shop or in your stash, trying to figure out which colors and other prints you might want to put with that. So this is my favorite way, and I think it's Sarah's favorite way also of picking out fabrics. So that would be my tip for doing that. And then the other thing you can do as far as choosing your greens, I'm going to put these 2 greens back in here. So we have all these greens. I think these greens lend itself better. I think this one looks good with that, and that one matches that one pretty well. So I would definitely go with those greens. And this is what you do in a fabric story, like, well, which green would work? You just take a look at the selvage on the print that you absolutely love. And then you can just do the same thing with all your other fabrics. And if we were to look at the whites as well, I mean, you could go with any of these whites, I think. I think probably this one I would take out. This one has some brown and pink in it, but I think any of these. And you do need 2 different color whites. I think these are very close. I would almost go with these because it's a softer white with kind of a cream color. Or if you can find one that's a tone on tone, that would also be perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
That was the 3 colorways that I had picked out. And hopefully this tip, by finding the print you really like and then checking out the colors on the selvage to help choose which ones you want.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So let's take it. Now, if you guys have questions about anything she just said, are your gears turning? First of all, I feel like that was really nice. You're going to need some creams, whites, and you're going to need some greens for best results, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
And then you can switch out the center. Switch out the center here.
Right, right. And, grab your fabric and thread key and take it shopping with you. And maybe even as they're cutting your fabric, just take a little corner on the blank one.
Mm-hmm.
And
let's
show them the blank one. Okay, so your fabric and thread key. has this blank page in it, and it tells you if you're going to do a 5-inch, you have 2 background fabrics, 1 and 2. Those would be basically what we've been talking about, white this whole time. So if you're doing a 5-inch block, you need 1 yard of background fabric 1, and if you're doing the 5-inch, you need 2 yards of background fabric 2. And then you have your light green and your darker green. And so it tells you yardage. Just make sure, and I would get a highlighter out and highlight the size block that you're going to do so that you don't misread on the wrong line while you're at the quilt shop. And then it tells you here 7 colorful fabrics. If you're doing the 5-inch blocks, that is some tiny print. 1/8 of a yard of 4 different fabrics and 1/4 yard of 3 different fabrics. And the 8-inch blocks, 1/4 yard of 7 different fabrics. And I would just put little swatches there so that you know.
And
yeah.
And the fabric and thread key is available in your download right now. So if you order Mystery Quilt, the downloadable Mystery Quilt, which is the only way that Mystery Quilt comes, sign into your account and you will see a download button right by that. So it is in there now and you can get to it now if you've ordered. Okay. If you're having trouble finding it, I would email Nina and she can always just shoot it your way as well. Okay. Kathy says highlighters are Hoop Sisters' friend.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know if you might have said this because I've been looking at comments, but once you pick those, you actually like tape them on here.
Right.
So you
Absolutely.
can easily see it.
Yep.
Right.
And this would be great too to keep by your sewing machine, put in a binder, put all your instructions as they become available in a binder. We're going to talk about kind of organization type things on Friday. Because it's time now where you guys are getting geared up to get organized for this. And this lists also the different threads. Choose a polyester embroidery thread to match each of your fabrics. You're going to need Vanish Light water-soluble thread, monopoly thread, embroidery bobbin thread, and it also says you need the battleizer 7 to 8 yards for the 5-inch blocks and 15 yard for the 8-inch blocks. And if you want to use wool to give it that extra dimension, it lists also the size of the wool that you'll need. So like Aubrey said, this is all in your account if you've purchased it. And Nina can get it to you too if for some reason you can't seem to find it or you want to see it ahead of time. Is it posted in the VIP group? Aubrey, I think we talked about that maybe. I don't know.
I know that we posted the names of the fabrics in the kits, but I'm not sure that we did. We can.
Okay.
I know not everyone is in the VIP Facebook group, but if you purchased it, you can access it on the website. And you can also email Nina if you're like, I'm thinking about it, but I didn't do it yet. She can always get it to you as well. Okay, let's see. You guys keep asking questions. We'll keep pinning them. We'll get those answered. But we also just want to run through our specials are ending Friday at midnight. And I know if you've been here all week, you've seen the bonus. You saw Annie stitch it actually on Monday, which is great. And so you can always go back and catch that replay. But basically this bonus is free to anyone who puts 2 items from the Mystery Quilt collection. We'll drop the link so you can go see what's in that collection. That'll pop in your cart, but that does expire on Friday at midnight. Okay. I see some questions I'm going to try to pin real quick. Okay. All right. So we have that. All right, here's our sneak peek we've shared with you this week. And this is the part where I'm always like, we always forget to tell them the most magical part. So why don't you tell them about the quilting?
Oh, the quilting is done while you have this in the hoop. So you don't have to figure out how to quilt it after you get the block all sewn together. It's already quilted. It's one of the steps in the embroidery design. So it's already pre-quilted once you take it out of the hoop and trim it. And remember how I was mentioning the greens? I kept saying greens, but they don't have to be green. There you can kind of see where the greens may be placed in your quilt. So, yep.
Or not greens. Who knows?
Or not green. That's true. I have one in the other room that is not green.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. We mentioned this, but I want to make sure I say it again because as of tonight at midnight, we will no longer be accepting fabric kit orders. We're shutting it off so that we can get the back order, get the fabrics reordered, recut, and shipped. So this deadline is coming up sooner than Friday. The deadline for fabric kit back order orders is tonight, Wednesday, May 14th at midnight. So if you want to get the kit that Annie just showed in the beginning and you don't really want to think about it, you just want to know that you have something that's going to look good, be sure to get that ordered. And we'll have Nina drop the order link for that as well. That's in the same mystery quilt collection category. And once tonight is done, we're not reordering anymore. So just know that. Or you can get your hands on that fabric and thread key through the download in your order or through contacting Nina or through our VIP Facebook group. And you can put together a beautiful quilt that will look unlike anyone else's by picking your own fabric. So there's no wrong way to do this. This is just an option.
And the Facebook VIP group also has a lot of inspiration that is starting to come up. People are actually going through their stash and finding what they need. And I can't think of her name. I think I know her name, but I don't want to get it wrong. She posted her cherry wood fabric.
Oh, she actually commented and I starred it because she said what her colors were. So we'll look at that in a minute. I think her name was Karen, but
that's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to get it wrong.
Well, I might have got it wrong.
We will have your name memorized from now until eternity. You just keep posting pictures of your quilt blocks.
Yeah. The fabric is a combo of poppy cotton and Michael Miller in the kit. It's really nice fabric and it's a lot of fabric. Okay. So just wanted to make sure I mentioned that. You all heard me, right? Fabric kits end tonight. Everything else is going to end Friday, the 16th at midnight. But the fabric kit is the exception that is ending tonight. So let's go over these launch week specials. These are the specials that are going to end on Friday. So let's start at the bottom here. If you add 2 items from the mystery quilt collection to your cart, 2 things are going to happen. Woo! You're going to save 10% and you're going to unlock the bonus at no extra charge. So right there, you've saved some money. Now we do have some exceptions to all of this, and that is our wool, the strip stick, and any threads. Those are not going to be included in the 10% off. However, they will unlock the bonus and they will work you towards the top of this upside down pyramid. In the middle row there, you'll see if you put 3 items from the mystery quilt collection in your cart, again, with the exceptions, keeping in mind the exceptions, you're going to save 15% and unlock the bonus, which is a really nice savings. And then if your cart after the discounts is at $199 or more, which we're giving away a lot of scissors this week. Okay. You're going to get free shipping within the contiguous US, and we're sending you a scissors.
That's awesome. That is
a hoop scissors mini, which is a $25 value. So you got the $25 value of the scissor. You got the bonus, which is a $15 value. So are you adding this up? Because I'm not good at math. I have a headache. And then you're probably saving 15%. So it's a really great week to participate by getting your pre-order in for Mystery Quilt. And then on top of all of the savings that I just mentioned, it's also red ticket week at Hoop Sisters, which is so exciting. I'm excited about this. And I shouldn't be, because next week when all that fabric comes in, they told me I have to put kits together with tickets.
You do.
I have to. We got to get it done, right?
We have probably half the fabric here, maybe slightly less than half. We have it cut.
Yeah.
When the rest of it comes in, we will be all hands on deck cutting fabric. Aubrey will be stuffing bags.
Yeah, I will. and I'm going to make sure y'all get a ticket. So let's
Yep.
talk about the tickets
Yeah.
because this is brand new. I know I can list several of you who have done this with us for years. This is new this year. Basically, this week, any order that is shipping out from Woodstock, Illinois that has mystery quilt stuff in it is going to have a red ticket in it. They're actually, I heard they're taping it to your packing slip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But also, if you get a fabric kit from us, there's a red ticket inside the fabric kit. So shippable orders and downloadable orders. So let's say, for example, the mystery quilt is only a download. That's the only way you can order it. But if you add other things to your cart that is getting shipped, then you're going to get your ticket with your order. If you just get the download, say, hey, I'm in another country, or I only need this, I already have all the other supplies, and you order mystery quilt as a download, here at the office, we're writing the downloadable order numbers on a ticket and putting it in. So don't worry, you will get a red ticket if you order this week. And these are the only ways to get it. Order this week. And if you also order the fabric kit, you get a second one. Okay. I also want to mention that we aren't going to replace the tickets. Okay. So if you lose your ticket, you're out of luck.
I like your suggestion that you've had the last couple of days. When you get your ticket, take a picture of it.
Yeah.
That way if you lose it, you still have a picture of your ticket, and that's just as good.
Yep. That'll work too. Okay. So that's what's going on with the red tickets. So that's fun and exciting. We're actually figured out we're going to be giving away like $750 by the time Mystery Quilt is over.
That's awesome.
Between $50 live viewer giveaways this week, and then the ticket winners who are going to win $100 in store credit. It's like Willy Wonka. It's like, I keep saying it should have been a golden ticket. So yes. And I see a lot of people that are happy that we added the back order kits too, Mom. So that's good.
Good.
Let's see. Okay. Now let's also talk about the schedule of the releases. Okay. Because this is important as well. So this week is launch week. This week is pre-order week. It's getting you all ready and set up. Get the supplies you need, the fabric you need, all that stuff ready, because on Tuesday, May 27th at 11, we're going to come take the number ones off this quilt. Yeah, don't do it now. So come back then. And then for 4 weeks after that, it'll be on a Monday. So that's the first one's a little strange because of Memorial Day. But after that, you will be on Mondays, and these will be 11 a.m. Eastern. And if you, for some reason, can't make that, don't panic. The files will still be available for you, and the replays of the reveals and the class session will be all good. Okay. Let's see. All right. So just a quick reminder before we do our giveaway, by the way, the giveaway, the keyword is fabric. Okay.
I think some of them already figured that out. I don't know.
Yeah.
If
well, I
it up there
did.
Before. Okay.
I did, but I'm about to do the giveaway. So I want to make sure that if somebody missed it, I don't want them to miss it.
And it's $50 in store credit, which would be great towards this.
Absolutely. Yep. So this week is your opportunity to save anywhere from 10 to 15%. It's also your opportunity to get that bonus block. It's red ticket week, free shipping over on eligible orders. And we're also doing the free hoop scissors mini, which is a $25 value on eligible orders. And that doesn't even count the fact that you're going to have this gorgeous quilt, all the embroidery files dripped to you week after week as we go through this. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that you join us and participate, because I think you're going to love it. All right. Tomorrow, it's okay if you miss a session. I know it's fun to catch it live, but we will send you an email and you'll be able to rewatch it. But we just did the All About Fabric. Tomorrow, Nina and I are coming on. We're going to talk about how it works. We're going to actually show you how to get your downloads. We're going to show you how to get the fabric and thread key download that's in there right now. And then basically we'll talk about how to do it each week. It's the same. It's the same way.
Same way every week.
We're also going to do customer service FAQs, so frequently asked questions. And if you have a question that you're like, maybe you don't really want to comment on here, or you're just like, I don't know, they might have already answered this. It's okay. Yeah. We still want to know. You can ask it a couple different ways. You can either join us live tomorrow and type it in the comments and we'll try to answer you. Or you can just email Nina and say, hey, Nina, can you answer this question tomorrow on the live? We'll take care of it that way. And I also put it in our VIP Facebook group. There's a post in there that you're welcome to comment on and ask your question. And then we'll talk about that on tomorrow's live as well. And that one should be a shorter live too. Today wasn't as long as they normally are. That one should be a little bit shorter of a live as well. And then what are we doing Friday?
Friday, we're going to talk about how to get ready for Mystery Quilt so that you have all your supplies organized. You have your fabric and thread key. You have your fabric cut and maybe put in bags. And so I just have a few tips that will help you along the way to get organized so that you can hit the ground running on May 27th.
Yes. And Mary asked, will you be posting the ticket numbers? We will. We'll draw them live. We'll draw one live. Then we'll post it. And basically you've got like 4 days to say, oh, that's my ticket. And if no one claims it, we'll move on. Okay. All right. We talked about the specials. I don't think I need to do that again. Kathy's binder is ready to go.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay. And I do have some starred questions.
Okay.
So we're going to go over those. But first, before we do that, I do want to do this giveaway real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Fabric giveaway, day number 3. Let's see.
Oh, when it slows down and
I know.
Norma Kaufman. Oh, it could be Steve. I don't know.
It's Norma. Congratulations, Norma.
Yeah, that's exciting.
My mouse has officially died.
Oh no.
I know. Okay, Norma, go ahead and email Nina and let her know you're the day 3 winner. And she will get $50 added to your store credit at our website, which is really exciting and fun. Okay.
Starred questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll let you answer this one.
What does it mean to franken-bat your battleizer? Well, basically, what it means is that you can take 2 pieces of scraps. Once you trim your blocks, you're going to have pieces on the sides. Take those 2 and butt the edges up against each other and zigzag down the middle, and then you can use that to rehoop rather than throwing it in the trash can. So, yep, that's an awesome thing to remember to do.
Okay. Here's another question for you.
Okay. Sorry if it's already been answered. Does the quilting show on the back, or is it a 1-piece back with stitching in the ditch? This year, it's going to be a 1-piece back with the stitching in the ditch.
All right. Now, you're not going to know the answer to this.
If we want a bigger quilt, how would you suggest we do that? I would like a throw or a bed size. That is a really good question. This quilt by itself,
I knew it was going to stump you.
It is stumping me because by itself, I think it's kind of like a standalone design. However, we have other quilt designs that you could probably use the 8-inch blocks to maybe design your own quilt. And I think that would be really cool. And Barb, I'd love to maybe help you with that. If you want to email me, Annie at Hoop Sisters, I'll throw out some ideas to you.
Well, that's great, because I was going to say, you're on your own, Barb. I don't know. And she's offered to help you. So, so that's great. Okay. Beverly, kit with full instructions and downloads. So sort of. The kit, it's all separate. So like the kit is one option. And the mystery quilt instructions and downloadable files is a separate option on the website. So you can get both, or you can just get the design. That's completely up to you. So hopefully that helps answer that question. Okay. Another size question.
If we made the quilt a full queen, would we need 2 fabric bundles? Kay, hopefully you heard my answer that I just had before for kind of the same question. And maybe I need to just throw out some ideas that we could maybe put in one of their downloads or talk about in one of the lives. Maybe we can put some slides and stuff up with maybe some suggestions about that.
I think you guys are a lot more ambitious than I am. And someone asked the size of the blocks, so I did put that up on the screen so you can check that out. I don't know the answer to this. You would.
Should we back the white fabrics with no? Oh, where'd it go?
I don't know.
Or something to prevent the darker fabrics underneath from showing through. Linda, I don't think you will need to. There's maybe a couple places where those darker fabrics, where maybe you could just trim it a scant 1/4 inch, but then the white fabrics on top will definitely cover that. You just, trying to hope I made sense on that. So if you have like the green, and then you have the white seam on top of it, just cut the green a little narrower than the white. And when you flip the white over, you will have 2 layers of white. So you don't need to have any SF101 or any other product like that.
Okay. And here's Karen.
Okay.
That's the one we were just talking about.
Oh, 3 pinks, 3 blues, and 2 greens. Karen, you're going to have a blast. You are going to love it.
I don't know if you're going to know this off just standing here, but.
Oh, Heidi Lynn, what you'll need is you will need a color thread to match each of your fabrics.
Okay.
Karen, oh, I might need baby blues. Oh, there you go. See? Baby blues would be awesome. Will the focus fabric be used more than the fat quarters or equal? Oh, well, those 7, you might be talking about the 7. Or maybe you're talking about when I showed the focus fabric. It's probably used about the same amount as the other colors.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
I do have 2 questions in here, both sort of asking the same thing.
Well, I would match your thread choices. And then as you're stitching, if you want something to contrast, then you can just choose one of your other colors that matches one of your other fabrics. Okay.
Okay.
You think you got them?
I think we got them all. But the good news is that tomorrow is Q&A, like Q&A day, basically FAQ day, whatever you want to call it. We're going to be answering any extra leftover questions. So if we didn't catch yours, let me hide that real quick. If we didn't catch your comment or your question, go ahead and email it to Nina. And we are going to keep a list. We already have some things that we plan on talking about, but if you have something that you would like us to mention, that'll give us time to check in with Annie or make sure we got it all figured out for you. But just know we're always here to help. So if you have something going on that you're not quite sure of, you can always reach out via email or phone, and we will get you all taken care of. But I see Nina's already dropped that order link. She's done this before.
Yes, she has.
So if you all are interested in participating, check it out. Go over to the website and get that ordered. We are not offering a thread pack. Nope, no thread packs, just the fabric kits. And I'm going to say this one more time so no one misses out. Obviously, you can pick your own fabrics. We showed you how to do that today with some suggestions. If you do want a fabric kit, the deadline is tonight at midnight. It will be turned off tomorrow morning, or actually at midnight. And tomorrow morning, we're going to place the big order to get the remainder of those back ordered kits done, received, cut, and out the door. So please don't miss the fabric kits if you're wanting them, because they will not be around tomorrow and Friday like all the other specials will be. Okay. All right. Maggie said she's rated her stash and she's ready to start. That's exciting. That's exciting.
Maggie, I don't know if you have yet, but post your fabric choices. We'd love to see them.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, everyone. Nina and I will be live tomorrow answering all your questions. So make sure you come with your questions ready, or shoot her an email, drop it in the post in the group, and we will get you all taken care of.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good. I'll see you guys Friday, and you'll see her and Nina on tomorrow on Thursday. Thank you.